If I don't do something today, this hive is probably going to die this winter. For months, these hives have been sealed inside for winter. I don't know what we're about to find inside. Honestly, a lot of beekeepers don't know that they can do some strategic things on these rare winter warm-ups to save their hive, and that's what I'm going to show you guys today. Let's get started. This box here, just a box of insulation. As you can see, bat insulation, B-A-T-T, kind you put in walls. Here's my winter bee kind board right here. This was a disastrous hive going into winter, coming out of fall. I had to combine a weak hive with another weak hive, and then they both, even after I combined them, they became queenless. A last-ditch effort on a cold fall day, I threw an extra queen I had in here. So this is what you would expect to be the worst case scenario coming out of winter. Oh, well, there's some bees. So what we're going to do today is look and inspect. It is February the 18th. It is February the 18th, and you can see they have eaten up a winter bee kind board. There's some extra candy still laying around on it. We just temporarily pick this up out of the way, shake the bees off, just so we can get it out of the way to do an inspection. And what we want to find out today is, did the queen I give them, did it take? Late in the fall, I wasn't even able to get back and try to look to see, you know, if the queen started laying or anything like that. So they could be queenless. What we're looking for and hoping for is brood. You don't often get a chance to come into a hive in the winter. Now, the reason this can be very dangerous, because I really can't get a queen for a long time if I accidentally kill this queen. And so I'm going to be trying to go really carefully, and if the queen is in there, I don't want to accidentally kill her by moving frames around. We're approaching 181,000 subscribers. Thanks, guys. Give me a thumbs up. It helps my video a lot. Leave a comment. That will help my video go out to more beekeepers and help beekeepers. Now let's get back in this hive. What do bees do? What condition are bees in 1 month before spring? So still winter, a month from spring, 30 days away. What is the condition of the hive? Well, I'm happy about this. I see they have nectar. They turned that into nectar from the winter bee kind boards. And then on this side, they have still have stored honey from last year. So that's a good thing. So this is almost one of those fun type of inspections where it's not your average inspection. Again, I'm doing this in winter. More than 30 days, I think, before spring, the first day of spring. So I don't often get a chance to come out and look at a hive in the month of February here in central Illinois. And this is going to be a pleasure. I'm not going to be able to look at all my hives, but I wanted to look at this one because it runs the most risk of dying of all the hives on the property. Okay, so what I'm looking for is any kind of brood. Brood would make me celebrate and dance with Sherry, okay? I've got a nice little video clip of me and Sherry dancing together. And if I find a queen or brood, we'll dance. Okay, I'm not seeing any brood, but I need to move some bees out of the way with my finger to see down in the cells. I probably wanted to wear gloves today, but I didn't. Okay, I'm studying it. I don't see any eggs. Now, I had to combine this hive with another weak hive in the fall. So that's, I'll try to find maybe the video. If not, you can see the newspaper between the boxes still hanging out from when I used the newspaper to combine two hives together. So when you have to combine hives, you never know the outcome, especially late in the fall like that. It is and does have a lot of population. Is that capped brood right here? Or capped honey? It's hard to tell this time of the year. Ooh, let me look. Yeah. I'm going to pop in here and let you see the places I'll be speaking at over the next few weeks. So here they are listed here if you want to come join me. Love to see you either in Wisconsin, Kentucky, or Nevada. Come join me. Have a great time at the conferences. Take a look. Check out the links there. Let's get back to this hive. Look at that. That looks like, to me, to be capped honey and not capped brood. One way to tell. Put the hive tool in there and see what's underneath there. Yeah, it's honey. It's funny though, it's crystallized a little bit in there. All right, let's look for brood up higher. Any eggs? You can be fooled in the wintertime because some of the honey has a different appearance to it. The cappings do. That was pretty light colored cappings. I wanted to make sure I didn't miss any brood. So what would you do? You're probably saying, David, if you don't find a queen in here, there's a lot of bees. What are you going to do? Well, fingers crossed, I'm not going to be able to get a queen. Well, I don't know. For a long time, maybe at least another month. And a lot of these bees are going to be dying. What do we see right here? Let's get bees out of the way. Is that larvae or just stored food? Okay, well, I see larvae right there. Down in the cells, there is larvae. Wait. There's the blue dotted queen. Aha! Made it through winter. Let's do the dance. This frame is heavy right here. It probably has honey on it, and it does. Look how the bees are just hanging there because they're not very active. Wow, but that's a capped over frame of honey from last year up in the deep box. I did not go through the winter with a super on this one, but let me show you what I'm looking at here. I can see below or through the bees pretty good over the years, but that's just dark capped over honey right there. Look at that. I could tell too, but when I first picked it up, it was a heavier frame than usual. Well, another example of how that winter bee kind this winter, feeding them winter bee kinds, has helped sustain these bees and support the queen and them being combined like this. My other colonies have a lot of brood in it. And that's because, they didn't have problems going into winter like this one did. And that's what my concern was all about, whether this one was still alive or not. Now, let's look over here. I want to show you something unique. You can kind of misjudge this sometimes, and you can think that this is brood because it's brighter white color, but that's sugar. That is winter bee kind sugar that they put in here to sustain themselves. Now that's stored honey, again, sugar from the winter bee kind above it and the cells above it. Yep, stored honey over here. Now the question too, the suspense is building. I want to look in the second deep below this one because I'm wondering, have all the bees moved up here? That wasn't even drawn out much, combining. You can see here plugs of candy sugar from the candy board that they moved. They add their moisture to it and sock it away here, and it looks like they've been eating it. Oh, that's why there's not a lot there. And the frame next to that one is nothing but stored honey. All right, so we can move the frames back. Let's do a little smoking. The bees are very gentle to work. A lot of you ask what race of bees or what kind of queen do I use, this is my own bees that I've raised over the years, my own stock. You know, many years ago, I was working on one called the Illinois Pioneer Queen. And I still have just played around with trying to get my queens to be more VSH, fluorosensitive, hygienic bees. I do some liquid nitrogen tests to be sure. And of course do mite tests. But it's always fun to raise your own queens. I've got a queen rearing course that would help you find how to raise your own queens. All right, let's put this frame back in here that we took out against the wall. Is there enough room? It looks tight. Let's go ahead and tighten that up a little bit by putting your hive tool down in there and pushing. Now, it's tight, so I'm not going to force it and let the bees get used to that. In fact, I might even smoke it. It's slowly moving down by itself. I want the bees to have time to get out of the way. Christian, my son, is out wearing my normal bee suit in the other bee yard. So I found this one, a jacket and a separate hat to put on. Okay, so let's take this top off, this top deep off, and let's go in and look in the bottom deep. I'd like to know, what does a hive do in the wintertime with that bottom deep? Let's take a look. What I do is I try to separate the two boxes. You can see the newspaper here from the combining these two hives last fall. I'm dropping that queen in there. All right, we'll smoke between the boxes really good. That'll help calm the bees down. That screw was to help hold insulation on there. It's going to be a heavy box. Oh, it doesn't work. Let's put it this way. There we go. Yeah, there's some bees down here. They, you can see kind of where they got rid of some newspaper. Not around the edges, but in the middle. All right, so how about, I don't suspect that there'll be many bees down here. I don't think there'll be brood down here. It's not uncommon for the bees not to have much brood coming out of winter, you know, if they go into winter struggling like this one did. So what we'll do is probably take a look at this frame here. There's some dark, kind of what some people might fear is dysentery, but that's old. That's nothing from this winter. That's been on there a while. I do like working barehanded. You kind of have to be a little more aware of what you're doing. It looks like it's not many bees down here, I don't think. So let's take a look at this one. Yeah, a little frame of honey. Just not a lot down here. That was from a weaker colony. So most of the bees are up in that top deep. Well, you might ask, David, would you switch and rotate the boxes? Put the full box of bees down below and move this one on top. No, not at all. And here's why. I'll tell you why in just a second. Let me get this back on top of there. It's really important that you don't rotate these boxes. I'm going to tell you why. Stay tuned. Ooh, there is a lot of bees in there, though. All right. Not a bad landing. First landing of the year. All right, so we need to feed these bees liquid because we have just a few days where it's going to be warm enough. So we'll put the Burns feeder board on here. So many of you have bought these. The reason I wouldn't rotate these boxes is because the bottom box is empty of bees, but this top deep is full. I would be putting this top deep down, all the way down, and I still have a month and a half of cold winter ahead of me. It's going to turn cold in just a few days, by the way, back in the 20s at night Fahrenheit. So, and only in the 40s in the daytime. I would not want all these bees that are up in the hot part of the box, heat rises. I wouldn't want to move them down there and have them experience all that cold weather down there. Plus, I'm going to feed them from up here where the heat is. The food is going to be up here. And if it gets really cold, I'll go back to my winter be kind boards. But right now we're going to get some liquid in here. Well, I just made a video, in case you missed it, about how I transition from winter feeding over to spring feeding and what time of the year is best to do that. I'd like for you to watch that video. Check it out right over here. I'll see you guys over there.